What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys go ahead and press the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on post notifications so you guys will get notified whenever I post a new video. This is going to be kind of a highly requested video. Every time I do a poll on Instagram and say like what type of videos would people want to see me do, they say cook with me videos. So today I'm going to be filming a cook with me video. Quarantine kind of turned me into like a cook. Like ever since quarantine started, I just been like cooking more, and I actually am pretty good at it. Like ever since I started cooking, I realized that I'm actually pretty good at cooking. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my specialty, which is salmon. We're going to be making stuffed salmon with mashed potatoes and asparagus, like roasted asparagus. So yeah, I'm going to stuff the salmon with like a spinach and crab stuffing, and it's going to be a 5-star meal. Like I said, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to see me do more cooking videos. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so these are all my ingredients that I'm going to be using. So for ingredients, the main thing you're going to need is salmon. I have this salmon that I got from Kroger. This is just regular salmon. This is going to be like the salmon that you get from the people who cut it. Don't get the salmon that comes in like the freezer bags, like the salmon that's frozen. Don't get that salmon. It's not going to taste the same. Get this salmon. It's better. You're going to need spinach. You're going to need some whole milk. You're going to need butter. This butter is unsalted butter. You're going to need cream cheese. I have 2 different packs of cream cheese. So then you're going to need some crab meat. This is just the one that they had on Instacart for some reason. I guess they were sold out of like the actual like good crab meat, but this is claw crab meat. It doesn't look too bad, and it's just going to go inside of the stuffing. So that's the crab meat that I'm going to be using. You're going to need some minced garlic. You're going to need your asparagus, and then you're going to need the potatoes. And these ones are Idaho potatoes. That's not what I ordered off Instacart. I ordered russet potatoes. I think those are the same though. I don't know, but yeah, you're gonna need some potatoes. You can really use any type of potatoes you want for mashed potatoes, but these are the ones that I like to use. And then you're gonna need your seasonings. So these are the seasonings that I use. I really freestyle, especially when it comes to seasonings. Like I just grab whatever sounds good on top of it. Like I don't know, I just freestyle with the seasonings, but you guys can see what I'm using here. If you guys want to see the seasonings that I use, just check the description bar and I'll link all of the seasonings that I used, I guess. But yeah, just try to use whatever sounds good to you. And what I've noticed is a lot of seasoning is good, but you have to make sure that whatever you're using isn't salty, because you want your food to be flavorful and not salty. Let's go ahead and get started with the cooking. Okay guys, so the very first thing I'm going to start doing is I'm going to take this pot. This is just like a boiling pot, and I'm going to fill it up with hot water, and I'm going to put it on the stove. This pot is going to be for the mashed potatoes, but boiling potatoes is like probably the longest process in the world. So I'm going to get the water started boiling now. So I'm about to turn this on, and I'm going to turn the heat on medium. I add salt to the water, and then I also like to add a little bit of oil to it. This is avocado oil that I'm using. So yeah, I just put that on the stove so that can start boiling, because that's going to take a while. Okay guys, so whenever I'm cooking, the first thing I like to start by doing is just cleaning off any of the ingredients that need to be washed. This is really important. Do not invite me to your house to eat if you don't wash your meat and your vegetables, because what? But yeah, so anyways, I like to clean my meat with like either vinegar or I'll give it a salt bath. So I didn't have any vinegar, so you guys will see me putting my salmon, just giving it like a salt bath, and then you'll see me rinsing off my asparagus and my spinach.
by detail. Produced by detail. By detail.
Alright, so now that everything's all clean, what I like to do next is I like to prepare anything that basically needs to be prepared. This includes cutting, peeling, anything like that. So I'm starting with the potatoes. When making mashed potatoes, the trick is in order to speed up the process, you want to cut it into smaller pieces. That way it boils down faster. So basically I'm starting off by cutting majority of the skin off. I like to keep some of it on, but that's just a personal preference. So I'm just gonna basically skin my potatoes and then I'm gonna cut it into smaller chunks.
Produced by detail.
And my hands are squeaky clean, by the way, so you guys are going to see me touching my food a lot, but it doesn't matter because my hands are clean. I like to clean my hands like every 5 seconds when I'm cooking because I use them a lot, so don't worry about that. Okay, so next up, I'm going to go ahead and get my asparagus ready. So these are super simple. All you need to do is chop off the white pieces on the ends. So you guys will see me separating it into 2 bunches. This is just going to make it easier for me to cut. And then you just want to cut where the white part ends and the green part starts. So anything that's white, you want to cut that off. And then that's really all you need to do to prepare the asparagus. So that's what you don't want and that's what you do want. Okay, so now let's get our salmon ready. So depending on how you like it, I personally don't like the skin on my salmon. So you guys are going to see me pulling this off. This is really easy to do. Just take your time peeling it off. That way the salmon stays in one piece. Okay, so now I'm going in with a smaller knife and I'm basically going to cut an incision. I'm showing you guys where I'm going to make that cut. Just be careful with this part because you want to make sure you're cutting a pocket in the salmon and not cutting the salmon in half. So you guys are going to see me cutting across where I showed you. Cut as deep as you can without cutting the salmon in half. So yeah, this is just going to basically be a pocket for the stuffing that we're going to make. So next up, we're going to start with the filling. So I'm going to get a small pan started, and in that pan, I'm about to add some avocado oil and some minced garlic. And then I'm just going to let that cook down a little bit. And once that garlic and oil is cooked down, I'm going to add in my spinach and just saute it. Okay, so once my spinach was done, I noticed that my water has started to boil. So you want to make sure to keep an eye on it, because as soon as the water is boiling, you want to put the potatoes in so they can get started. I had to pour a little bit of the water out because I had put too much, but yeah. All right, so now let's go back and finish up our stuffing. So I just took a small bowl and I'm gonna combine some softened cream cheese with the crab meat that I bought. And then you're gonna add in your sauteed spinach. Make sure you add this in while it's still hot, because that's gonna help melt down that cream cheese too and make it easier for you to mix. So all you have to do is put it all in a bowl and mix it up. So I like to season mine. I just put some black pepper in it and some Cajun seasoning. That part is really up to you, but yeah, once you do that, you mix it all up and your stuffing is good to go. Alright, so moving on to the salmon. I normally like to squeeze some fresh lemon juice on it before I season it, but today I didn't have any fresh lemon juice, so I just used some from the fridge. Don't add too much, but then you're just gonna go ahead and season both sides of your salmon. Like I said, I'm gonna have all the seasonings in the description box, and massage that seasoning in. You gotta show some love to your meat. You see that? You see that? You know what they say, if you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned, okay? So now get your stuffing and just stuff it in that pocket. I would recommend using a spoon. I don't know why I used a fork, but yeah, use a spoon, but just stuff it up, and yeah. So after that, I did the same thing to my other salmon. Then I just put both of them on a baking tray with some avocado oil and set that aside because it's going to be ready to go in the oven. So next up, we're going to show our asparagus some love. So I'm putting some more oil on another baking tray. Then I'm going to spread my asparagus out on the tray. And I'm going to hit the top of it with a little bit more avocado oil. And then I also like to put some lemon juice on it. Then for seasonings, I did a little bit of black pepper and garlic salt. And then I'm just going to massage the oil and the seasonings into the asparagus. And then I'm going to make sure it's spread out and then set that aside because it's going to be ready to go in the oven as well. Okay guys, so basically now that we have finished all of the hard parts, we've prepped everything, we've seasoned everything. The last thing we have to do is just put our salmon and our asparagus in the oven. So basically right now I'm preheating the oven to 450, and I like to do this last because like I said, the potatoes take a really long time. My potatoes are they're ready to go, and the way that you can tell if your potatoes are done is you take a fork and basically if they're falling off the bone, like if they're easily, like you can easily put the fork inside of them, that means they're done. So I'm about to remove them from the water and then yeah, prepare those. So salmon is really easy to cook. It takes like maybe 15 to 20 minutes in the oven, so it's gonna be really fast once I put those in the oven. While my heat's on low, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some minced garlic to the potatoes. I'm also gonna add a stick of butter, and then you're gonna add some milk. You usually don't need a lot of milk, so I'm about to put the milk in there, and I'm gonna do a little bit and then like add more if I need it. So the potatoes are ready to go. Like I said, I'm about to start mashing them up in here with everything that I added, the butter, the minced garlic, and the milk, and then I'm gonna add seasonings. For potatoes, I like to add onion powder, black pepper, and a little bit of salt. So yeah, you just want to add that to it, mix that all up. This is how the potatoes should look once you mix everything together. You see, this is the consistency. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep mixing them a little bit more. I don't think I'm gonna add any more milk because I do like them a little bit chunky like this. I don't like it like when it's runny. So I'm gonna keep this consistency, and then I'm just gonna add my seasoning. I did add a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese inside of here. So yeah. So I have everything put in the oven. It's now cooking for 20 minutes. I'm gonna cook the asparagus for about 15 minutes, and then when I take the asparagus out, I'm gonna add 2 squares of butter to the top of the salmon, and then once I do that, it's all gonna be ready. Okay, so now that the food is all done, I'm gonna do a taste test. I already know it's bussin' because I made it, but you know, we're gonna do a little taste test for the camera, whatever. So I'm gonna taste the mashed potatoes first. Okay. Okay. Flavorful. It's the consistency for me. Now we're gonna try the asparagus. Okay. Not too soft, not too hard. I'm gonna try the salmon. Try to get a piece with the crab in it. A lot of stuffed. Let's try it. Whoa. Whoa. Let's put some. Just brushing. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I taught y'all how to cook. This is the recipe. If you want to impress somebody, make this. It's easy, but it looks like it came from a restaurant, and it tastes like it too. So yeah guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.